Today marks the vaccination deadline for the Sacramento Unified School District. Parents must let the district know if their child is vaccinated or not. And this impacts more than 14,000 kids who are 12 and older.
And at this point, more than 75% of those eligible students are not vaccinated, or they have not reported it yet to their school district. Here to speak in depth about the issue is the president of the Sacramento Teachers Union, David Fisher. And David, how concerning are these numbers for you?
Right. Well, good morning. Glad to be here. Well, yeah, they are concerning. First of all, we think that everyone should get vaccinated, and we are supportive of the mandate. In fact, we made a proposal similar to the district back in September, and we think the district has been a little slow on implementation. That might be one of the reasons that families haven't shown that they've had their child vaccinated. We did raise our concerns, and the district responded that the real deadline is January 31st, although there's this November 30th deadline. The actual cutoff date, according to the district, is January 31st.
One of the questions that some parents who are hesitant often ask us, well, what percentage of the teachers are vaccinated? How do you respond to that?
Well, good question. So we know that over 90% of teachers have been vaccinated or have at least shown that they've been vaccinated. We think that's actually higher, and some just haven't turned in their paperwork. And we do have some concerns that there might be a few that for whatever reason can't get vaccinated. And we think that we need to be ready, and the district needs to be ready for the students that either can't or won't get vaccinated, and a few of the teachers. And so we think a good idea would be to increase the independent study program and the staffing in the independent study program, which we've had challenges doing so far. And I got to tell you, it's not helpful that the superintendent is demanding, almost $10,000 in cuts in teachers' take-home pay for the average teacher in this major teacher shortage. So it's one of those things that we need to prepare for, and we're a little concerned that the implementation may not go as smoothly as we'd like.
And David, we don't want children to fall through the cracks. What are you doing to make sure that doesn't happen, specifically for our disadvantaged youth?
Yeah, well, another great question. So when the year started, we had proposed that there be a virtual academy available for everybody who felt that they didn't want to go back, and the district decided they didn't want to have anything other than in-person learning, which on the one hand we understand, but we also knew there'd be a lot of students. So we still have several hundred students who haven't seen appropriate instruction because they're on the waiting list for this independent study program. So we're urging the district to get out ahead of it now and help staff a program where students that for whatever reason weren't able to get vaccinated still can receive instruction, and we hope that they'll work with us to make that happen.
Staffing the independent study option is one thing, but the reality is having eyeballs on kids has been very valuable this year, having all these kids come back in. Just on a human level, can you describe what it's like in schools these days? Because some of my friends who are teachers, and not just in your district, but in many others, have described some really difficult situations that they're dealing with kids, not only on the school, the academic level, but on the mental health part of it too.
Absolutely. If you think about it, some of our students haven't been in live person instruction, for almost a couple of years, and some of our younger students maybe never had. So it's been extremely challenging, especially with the staffing shortages. We know that oftentimes because of a vacancy, substitutes are called, but we don't have enough substitutes. And so sometimes the substitutes don't show up. And unfortunately, then those students have to be divided among other classrooms that are already overflowing. We've made proposals with the district to try to mitigate that issue, including, for one, to not have these proposals to cut teachers' pay. We think that's counterproductive, but it is challenging. And, I've been in education since 1997, and this job, it's rewarding and stressful in good times. And right now, what we're seeing from both the educator point of view and from the student point of view is just a lot of, issues around mental health, around, being able to remember what it's like to socialize, and also the issues just around the staffing shortages have really compounded that. That being said, we are so happy to be back in person, and we want to stay in person, which is why we really encourage everyone to get vaccinated.
Yeah, I've never heard so many kids saying they're so happy to be back in school. It's been one thing that's been interesting the last couple of months. Hey, thanks very much. I know this is a big day, and a lot of big discussions taking part about all of this, and a lot of real passionate feelings on both sides of this equation. But thanks for your insight and thoughts today.
My pleasure. Thank you.